you can't be afraid to go against someone who is considered to be the best if you want to be the best. So that's why I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. If that's who I gotta fight, then that's who I gotta fight. Let's do it. I want to be on this fight. I want to be on this fight show. I love Muay Thai. Let's get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done.
We always do it, fraud. You know, sometimes you gotta take that risk, you know. If you make it, you hit the jackpot.
With open arms, coke boy, peep the lineup. I'm talking tango and cash. Hit the bank, no mask. Out the freezer, cold cash. Put Grammy winners in cabs. Never happened twice, gotta take a chance. Never end, never start. Got cars that never start. No plan B, can't sleep. My mind racing. Brown paper, put it underground, build the foundation. Never worry about.
DBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You are live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. And of course, I got y'all. I know y'all been asking, y'all been wondering where she was at. Y'all wondering when she gonna do this interview, the post-fight interview. Thank you for. I mean, you guys been supporting this young woman. She been doing her thing. But I got none other. She don't need no introduction anymore. Her name is Angela Riptide Whitley. What's going on, Angela?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be back on the show. Thank you.
All right. So Angela, you know, hey, you know, we caught your fight, and let me tell you something. You got a lot of dog in you. You got some dog, and you got a lot of people that really support you. So I mean, how do you feel having so many new people supporting what you're doing?
Oh, it's been nothing but love and a lot of support since the fight. I have so many new people following me or interested in knowing who I am. And it's very humbling and it's very flattering as well because I didn't win the fight, but so many people are just reaching out to me, and it's very humbling. So, and I'm very grateful for that.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're grateful and all the people reaching out to you. And I'm gonna tell you what, I meant to ask you this the other day. I actually want to interview your coach because, you know what? Could you kind of really talk about Coach for a minute? Because you know, this man, he seems like he really does genuinely care about you as a person. And I'm getting that from just, you know, all the information I gathered. I don't know, okay, I just want you to talk about Coach for a minute, if you could.
Yeah, Coach, man, Coach David Thunder Cummings. He's awesome. He's a 13-time world champion. He's a legend, you know. He's one of the pioneers. He's one of the original people from the U.S. who left and fought overseas. He fought against the Thais successfully, and man, he's an awesome trainer. He can sit there and break things down and tell you how you should just, you know, throw something as simple as a round kick. He can break it down to you and have somebody who's never kicked in their lives know how to kick within like maybe, I don't know, like half an hour, though they'll be kicking properly. And he's just a really good coach. He does care about us. He's always pushing me because he knows I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I've always been an athlete, and he knows my background, and he knows how far he can push me, and he knows what I'm capable of, and he's just always there to support me and tell me that, you know, I can do it, and you know, he always helps me with everything, and my teammates as well.
Okay. All right, Angela, you just had the biggest fight of your career. You fought against Yarina Jojo Bars, and you know what? The fight was electrifying. You guys brought the house down with that fight. Tell me about the experience, you know, of actually, you know, your first really big fight. You headlined it. You know, tell us about that experience.
That was, wow, well, it was a really cool experience. I'd never been part of such an epic event with so many other really good fighters headlining the card. And just to be at the venue, I didn't realize I'd been to Foxwoods before a very long time ago, but it was just really cool to be there. Lion Fights, the whole staff, Scott Kent, the president, they're all very hospitable. They treated everyone really well. They treated my coach and I well. Even the whole process before we even got there, they're very hospitable with us, and very professional before we even met them. And no, it was a really, really good experience. And just to be there and be the main card, and just knowing that it's being shown around the world, many people are gonna it's like millions of people are just gonna see us go at it. It's very exhilarating.
You gained, I'm telling you, gained a lot of support. Like, and you know, I know it's not like millions yet, but man, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna continue to grow because, you know, and I was kind of explaining it to you that you actually have a story that is very compelling. You know, when the first interview we had, you discussed, you know, how you got started. I mean, you went in really, really deep, and I think that you connected with a lot of the fans. I mean, what exactly you think about that?
No, definitely. If people can relate to me, all the better. Because if I can be someone who never thought that they would ever be a professional fighter, who comes from a different background and does other things, and then to headline a show like this and be shown all over the world. If I can do that, then so can other people, and so can other women. Just want to try to empower women to believe in themselves and that they can accomplish pretty much anything. And yeah, I didn't win the fight, but I did it, and I held my own.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so you went 5 rounds. Okay, first of all, and it was in an interview. It was in another interview that JoJo, she thought that she was going to actually stop you by round 3. That's what she predicted. And I kind of disagree with it. I just said I think this is going to be a tough fight. What are your thoughts about like you? I mean, you going the distance because you know what? She's put people down. I'm talking about literally put them down, and they don't get up. But I saw you go in, and I'm sorry. I got into the fight so much because I saw you go in, and you just continue to just go forward and press attack like you didn't stop.
Well, that's Muay Thai. You go forward, you go forward. That fight was a lot of firsts for me. It was the first time I'd ever been, like I said, a part of something so epic. It was the first time I've ever fought 5 rounds. I wasn't even sure that I would be able to go the distance without gassing out. And it was the first time I had to fight without contacts. My vision's not the best, and I wear contacts. That was a big challenge for me, especially after the first 2 rounds. Like the third round, when she started running from me a little bit, and all I could do was just think, okay, go forward. And I was trying to gauge that distance, but I struggled a little bit with the distance.
Yeah, yeah, because it kind of appeared like in round 1, it kind of appeared that JoJo was she was really keeping you at a distance with her long, because she's very long. And I think she really, really knew that she didn't want to fight you on the inside. And it was clearly evident she didn't want to. But, I thought she did a good job of really keeping you on the outside and actually, using like her jab, which I was kind of like, she would use her jab, but she used it a lot more in this particular fight. I mean, so what do you think about like her actual performance, like against you?
Oh, well, she did well. She beat me. I couldn't see a lot of the things she threw at me until it was already hitting me. Like, oh, bam, there's the knee. Okay, yeah. It's not an excuse at all for why I lost the fight. I completely accept the defeat. I lost it fair and square. But no, like when she hit me with the elbow, I had no idea she even hit me with the elbow because I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. I didn't know it hit me, and I didn't even know I was cut until I got to the corner. I remember my coach telling me, if you ever get cut in a fight, don't freak out. It just feels like you'll feel warmth running down your face. but I didn't even feel that. I had no idea that I was cut until I got to the corner and he put the adrenaline in there and you know started to work on it. And yeah, like I said, she did well. I didn't see a lot of the things that she was throwing at me until it was already like pretty much in my face.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Most people when they get a cut, and you know when you got hit with the elbow, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people freaked out, but I almost thought you got a little, you know, you got a little pissed off, and it's like you start coming again, and I'm thinking, you know what, wow, you know, because I didn't know because they were working on the cut, and then when you came out, and when you came out in that next round, it's almost it was like you was pissed, like you just like you start going right at her again, and you can tell, like I've been you know I've been around fighting enough to tell when somebody she was kind of like I don't know if she was uneasy, but it was almost like wow, you know this girl is really tough. Like no, it's not. It's gonna go to distance, and I think she knew that it was gonna go to distance when you kept pressing attack. You kept coming forward, and when you were on the inside, I actually noticed that you were very effective when you were able to get on the inside. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where I'm more effective is on the inside, especially with the clinch. But like after like the second round, when she changed up her game plan and she started actually like running from me, I couldn't gauge that distance and catch up to her, and like I just couldn't gauge it properly because I didn't want to just run into something, which I think I did plenty of times. So the division was a big issue for me to try to overcome.
but you know, you did a lot better in this fight that you know a lot of even analysts, and God forbid there are analysts in Muay Thai, you know, because of course I looked at it, all the articles, I looked at every article I could find about this fight, and you exceeded what the analysts thought, you know, because there were a few analysts, which I'm still trying to figure out how these guys get paid to do this, but they thought that, you know, they agreed with Jarena. They thought that she was going to stop you. But, you know, I was like, it's not going to happen. Um,
Well, yeah, of course. She hit me with everything she had, even the kitchen sink, and I just took it and kept going. I wasn't pissed or anything. I just, in my mind, I'm thinking, I have to score. I have to score. I have to land something. But, you know, and just go forward and press and go forward until you can get in there. But a lot of the things I threw missed. A lot of the kicks started missing and the punches started missing, and it was. She was smart about changing up her game plan and trying to get away from me because it really messed with my distance and my perception. I just couldn't land anything after a while. But yeah, no, we train really hard. Especially I condition my body because this is my armor and it has to be strong. Because like I said, she threw everything she had at me as hard as she could, and nothing dropped me, nothing even wobbled me or stunned me. And I'll be honest with you, I felt zero pain, even when I got cut, even when she hit me with a spinning back kick right to my abdomen. I felt zero pain. I felt it, yeah, but I didn't feel any pain. That adrenaline is a heck of a hormone. I just was determined. I had it in my mind. And go forward, go forward. You got to land something. You got to land something. You got to catch up on these points, you know. So that's what Muay Thai is, you know. Even if you do get knocked down, you get back up just like Cyborg did, and you go back at it. But you know, and like I said, I told you before, I kind of was on the skinny side for the fight, but my body is still strong because I train it. We condition it very well, and that's another thing my coach is really good at. He calls it our armor. And he makes sure that it's strong so you can withstand a body punch or a kick or whatever. Or even a knee. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
yeah, I actually, and I want to ask you this, and then we'll go to like a quick intermission. I want to ask you, would you want to rematch JoJo Bars?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly.
Okay, let me ask you this. How many more fights do you think you need to prepare to actually rematch her?
I don't know. I don't know if that's for me to say or for my coach to really say because he knows me and I trust in him to, because he sees everything from the outside. So me inside, I'm like, yeah, I want a rematch, but maybe, you know, I don't. I know he knows that I want a rematch and that he's down for it too. But I don't know what the plan is as far as how many fights I'm going to have before I get the rematch, or if I'll even get the rematch. Who knows?
Okay. All right. We'll be back with part two, y'all. I got Angela Riptide Whitley. Woo!